Well, hello folks, welcome back. It is episode 2 of season 11 here at Riga FC. I'm the custard prophet. This is the Latvian job. As you can see behind me, we're coming back for some European Champions League qualifying action. Yeah, it should be a good one. Fingers crossed we can get through this. Right folks, yes, we're back for some Champions League stuff. You can see I don't have the green screen out. I just couldn't face having the lights on me. It's just so hot. I've also got a fan on, so apologies for the noise that creates, but it is essential to keep myself sane. But yeah, we are coming back. We've gone miles into the season, and we're coming back for the first European or the final qualifying knockout game before we get through to figuring out whether we'll be in the Champions League or the Europa League. We could go either way at the minute. We have played the first round match. We have played the first leg, and we're going to come back for the second leg. So let's see what's happened in the meantime, though, because stuff has gone on. We'll start with transfers. There had been a bunch of transfers that I talked about previously. Carlos Almeida, Tariq and Özlin's all leaving, and that left us with a bit of a hole in midfield. I'd filled that with bringing in this Romanian Cristian Nieta, and to be perfectly honest, he hasn't really filled the hole. So what's happened since then? Well, we've got rid of another midfielder. In this case, it's Santiago Vieira. The reasoning here, he's 32 and he was occupying 10% of our wage bill. I felt maybe it was the right time to move him on and bring someone else in, particularly as we brought in Nieta, who plays more primarily in that ball-winning midfield role, and that's a bit of a bit less creative than some of the other players that we had, the likes of Tariq and Almeida. And you know, we have, so he could fill in that role that Vieira was playing, and we also have Franco as well who can do that, but we're still missing a bit of creativity in midfield. And I spent ages looking through the scouting reports and all sorts of stuff, looking for some brilliant midfielder to kind of bolster our ranks, because I had this extra spot. What I'd completely forgotten is that we had already signed someone. I'd already sorted this all out. You probably remember this. Suleiman Bamba. And he popped in as I was kind of working through this stuff for just £200,000. He was probably, if not as good, but possibly better than pretty much everyone I came across. I was pretty pleased with this. I clearly spotted a decent player early on. He is a 18-year-old Ivorian, and currently ranked 3.5 stars, possibly going up to 4.5 stars. But passing and technique, off the ball and first touch, all in ridiculously high. Really good physical attributes, not very high, and maybe he's not that strong, but other than that, there's very little weakness in his game, and he started off showing that. So we've lost Almeida, but I think we've brought in someone who is just as good, and he's younger. So yeah, it's quite pleasing. You can see he's got sat in the Champions League, 4 goals in 6 Champions League games. Not scored so much in the Versliga, but he has got 6 assists. So he's pretty much involved in everything we do. They pretty much played every game as well. So yeah, pretty happy with that. And I've said pretty a lot. So let's have a look first of all at the league matches. I'm not going to go through them all. We've had some great results. We've got, you can see we've had a win away at Valmiera after the draw at home. So we lost our 100% record, but you can see how I'll click through them quickly. You can see the goals from Krollis. The goals are being shared around. You can see here Krollis hat-trick there. Oops. Couple of goals from Misu. Nieta did get on the score sheet there for 2 goals in the last few minutes of the game. 8-0 here against Tukums away. Erglis with, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals. So well done. Double hat-trick from Erglis. but no one creating any sort of issue that month. We continued in June, winning game after game. Misu with a couple in that game. Started to get a few players sent off, which was disappointing. This was tighter than it needed to be, but that's primarily because we had Messina sent off. Dynamo Riga, our local rivals, comfortably beating another player sent off there. It was all going incredibly well until this game here away against Liepāja. And okay, we dominated the game as we do every time. We had 2.5 XG. We've had better than that, but for whatever reason we didn't score a goal, and slightly disappointing. But I guess we've lost that. We've lost the need for that 100% record, but we still have an unbeaten record to cling on to, which now stands at, I think, around 180 games unbeaten in the league, which is madness. But you can see here we had a couple of games against Ventspils, hat-trick there for Uldrikis, another sending off, this time for Franco. A couple of goals from Popovic. So you can see a lot of the strikers scoring big. Uldrikis, Misu and Nieta getting goals there. Auda at home here, comfortable victory. And then in the cup, we got through that one pretty easily, other than injuries to Diego and Messina. So pretty happy with that. Okay, we've lost our 100% record, but we've hardly conceded any goals. I mean, it's ridiculous. Look at this: 0-0-0-0-0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals conceded. That's not bad, is it? The fact you can count them, we've pretty much played out the season that easily. Yeah, we're pretty strong defensively, and we've just had 2 aberrant games, and that's it. But we've not looked like losing a game yet. So how have things gone in the Champions League, the qualifying? Let's have a look at that. And you can see here they have gone very, very well. The first round match was against Macedonian side, I think, Shakengia Tetovo. Beat them 11-0 on aggregate. Lots of goals from lots of people. I mean, we had put out a strong side in the first leg, and then so Uldrikis with a hat-trick there is probably the standout, and then a much weakened side in the second leg. The likes of Denis Silvex Kukuzuvs, who is a 28-year-old Latvian who it's hard to know why we've got him at all, but he is there. Then against FCSB of Romania, this was a good one. At home, we only beat them 3-2. I mean, they had 2 shots in the whole bloody game. It was really confusing how they got anything out, or how they almost got anything out of this. I was really happy to get the win in this game. It looked like it was going to finish 2-2, but I kind of gambled that we'd be all right in the second leg. And we were. So 3-2 win in the first leg at home, and then 4-0 away. Bamba with a couple, Krolis, Iliev. And then followed that, third round, drew HJK of Finland. 2-0 in the home leg. Not the most comfortable, but Krolis and Bamba with the goals. And then away, won that 3-2 with Stanka's own goal. It just blasted at his feet, really. Could do very little. But we were looking like we were going to lose that 2-1. In the end, we won it 3-2. Late goals from Misu and Franco got the job done. But again, we did not deserve to lose anything there. We've just played away in Copenhagen. This was good. We scored a couple of goals in the first half. Uldrikis and Iliev, they scored one a little bit later on. And we're coming back here, probably favourites to qualify after winning 2-1 away. We obviously could lose this, so we got to make sure we put everything into this and get over the line and get through to the Champions League. So we're going to play the Champions League qualifier now, and then we're going to come back to look at the draw for whether it's the Champions League or the Europa League if we lose. Right, let's go do it. So, team I think we're going to be going with, we're going to start with Krolis, Lissinovs and Popovic up top. We got Uldrikis on the bench, Bamba, Franco and Iliev as our midfield 3, and Jekic, Diego, Mendia and the centre-back there playing on the right side. We've got a few injuries. who I also we have struggled with injuries. It has to be said. I'll just take that off. Let's see. So like Stankus, Yazems and Messina all out, injured, but players have been in and out all the way through this. So yeah, we've been playing with the roles associated with this position a fair bit, trying to fit in players. Had as a central midfielder on attack, had a deep line playmaker, but this advanced playmaker seems to be working best. So we are going to stick with that. Exciting times. I can't remember if I talked through the back line. Yeah, I did. I maybe didn't say goalkeeper, but it's the usual Moroccan goalkeeper whose name has just eluded me. Yahuri or something. So I think the team is as good as we could put out with the players who are fit and ready to go. I don't think the players who are missing are a massive loss. So let's go and see what happens. I should also say, obviously, it's been a while since I've uploaded. It's been a bit infrequent with this save. Recently, it's just because it's taken me ages to play through the start of the season. But hopefully now we are in a period where I can crank out a few episodes pretty quickly. So not much going on at the start of this game. That's absolutely fine for us. Well, we have nicked the ball off. It's Lisinov's. Is he going to play the pass? He doesn't, but it doesn't matter. Krollis is there waiting to pounce like I was going to say like a fish, but that's literally the one creature that doesn't. Can fish pounce? I mean, there's one for the ages in the comments. What are your thoughts? We're 1-0 up anyway. Well, pretty much nothing happening in the first half. We've seen one highlight. Iliev's got a bit of a knock. We've kept him on for now. We've got Hadraf who can come on. So that's absolutely fine. It's a lovely ball through, and they missed it. If they are getting back into it, that had to go in the back of the net. But we've got to half time. A little bit of a let off right at the end there, but XG says we probably should be in the lead, and we are. So I'm probably going to make the change, bring Iliev off, and we'll bring on Hadraf. Nieta, I'm still unsure about quite where he is in this team. Sometimes it takes me a little bit of time to figure players out, and he's certainly one of them. We've also just made substitution. Nieta is come on for Franco, so you'll get to see him in action. Bamba. That's not the best ball you're ever likely to see, but it did work. And Popovic just got in the right place at the right time, got a bit of space and hit the post. So that's a lovely challenge there from Burkic. And Lisinovs, is he playing the ball through? It's Popovic. It's a real chance here. And he waited far too long to take that. My God, he could have taken that about 45 times beforehand. And then shoots with no angle at all. Right then, ball cleared up. It's bot time. Copenhagen going forward. They've lost it again. Although they get it back, lose it again. It's Bamba. Never quite know what's coming. Lisinovs. Nieta. You see what I mean? It's just, it's a little bit of, doesn't seem on quite the same wavelength as anybody else, but looks like the Copenhagen team are similarly lacking in wavelengthery, and Krollis probably should have scored that. Right, the right-sided right back is coming off, and Belovs will finish off. He will be leaving at the end of the season. That's something else that's been sorted out. On a free to Valmiera. He had no interest in signing another contract, but we have got a Latvian central midfielder who will be signing up next season, who's a pretty good one. Right, well, we're still in good shape here. We've missed a lot of chances, which is a worry. It's only going to take them one. Wow, that was a good hit. But Lisinovs, he's looking to find Popovic, and Popovic just plays it straight back to them. Maybe I should be teaching them how to pass, looking at some of this stuff, because it looks like it's a struggle. Another opportunity, is it? That one goes in. It is back to 1-1, and now it becomes interesting, because we've looked pretty bloody good for the first 70 minutes of this game, and then we've conceded a late goal. Is that going to matter? And there is a late highlight here, folks. This would put the cat amongst the pigeons, but it looks like it might be to us. Nieta has got it. He's lost the ball, though. No. But we've managed to hold it. I mean, how poor is the ball retention in this game? And Popovic, and he puts it wide. He couldn't finish it off. Man, oh man, this should not have been this close. We have had chance after chance. And look at how knackered the players are. I mean, it must be playing in some serious heat out there. We've got players all over the pitch wanting to come off. We've got no subs that we can take off. We do not want to go into injury time, or we don't want to go into extra time here. I think we would just fall apart. We'd have one extra sub to make. Krollis might have it there. Ball in. And Lisanov's straight into the goalkeeper. But there is it. There it is. We win 3-2. Completely deserved looking at the XG. I think the scoreline, probably a 2-1 win, would have been about right. They had some ability to trouble us, but we should have scored more. But wayward finishing, as always, seems to be our big problem. Anyway, folks, that is us into the Champions League again. But I worry we just don't seem quite as fluent as we did 2 years ago, and are conceding the odd goal, which I don't really want us to. Right, so the other games were 1 day later. We'll just see how those went on. You can see Salzburg absolutely smashing through their ones. It looks like all of the home sides are looking favourite to go through in the top 3, and perhaps the away sides in the bottom 3, but we will see. Well, maybe no surprises, but yeah, it was a little closer than people might have expected. Malmo gave a much better account of themselves in that game, but Salzburg got through that. Rangers comfortably through against Partizan Belgrade. Dynamo Zagreb, although they lost 1-0, they did go through on penalties. And then we got a win for Kiev, but Zenit still went through, and Feyenoord were the other team. So let's see what that means. We're going to be going to the Champions League draw, which will be any bloody second, which is very, very exciting. There we go, £12.65 million for qualifying. We did get a bunch of money, about the same amount of money through once the Champions League last version was over, all the sort of TV money and everything. Right then, folks, let's have a look. Which pot are we in? So we got about 48. Come on. Oh, we're in the third pot. Oh, that's massive. So this makes things more interesting. I mean, well, I say that. Look at the sides. I was hoping for some turd in there, but not really. Maybe Rangers and Besiktas. Maybe the French side there. Well, you'd have AZ Alkmaar perhaps, but it's not as I was all excited because we were in this pot, and in the end I was sort of hoping we might get like Dynamo Zagreb or something, because we've beaten them before. We've beaten Leverkusen before, so we can't have them. In the top pot, again, there's no one really that I think we've got a hope against. Some of those maybe. I mean, Salzburg, I'd like to have a rerun against Salzburg. Porto, we've done well against them. Shakhtar, well, we had them last year and I felt they were better in front of goal. I don't know. I think we could get a nice group out of this. I think we could get a terrible one, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to draw the first two groups, and then we'll see which ones we want to drop into. Well, I think there is no doubt which group I would want to be in from all of this. Looking at it's Group C. Look at that. Ajax and Salzburg. Neither one of those frightens me ridiculously. We'd yet to play Ajax, and that would be a lovely group to be in. Most of the others, it's hard to see a hole. So Group C, please. So we're not with Real Madrid and Manchester City. Thank God for that. Milan and Porto, I don't mind that one. We don't get it. This is the one I want. This is it. Arse. Zagreb, get that one. Paris Saint-Germain and Chelsea. Don't like that so much. Sevilla, get that. It's a toughie. Liverpool again. Yeah, well, maybe. We don't get that one. Barcelona, Inter. No, thank you. That's what we get. That's what we get. Oh dear. Well, we did give Inter a bit of a run for their money, didn't they? Right, let's see who we've got as number 4 team. Right, so left in there we have Besiktas, Marseille, Villarreal. I would take Besiktas. Is there some... We can't have Villarreal, although that wouldn't be a terrible one. Marseille seem tricky, but there's no restrictions for Marseille in any of the other groups. So it's between Besiktas and Marseille. Let's have a look. It's Besiktas. I feel that is the best possible one for us. Although they had the highest ranking coefficient, I think that was the best one. Right. And Villarreal in that one, that's not a terrible group. Likes of Anderlecht and Shakhtar. That would have been a doable one as well. But we didn't get that. Let's have a look at that top one. Oh, Rangers. Unlucky, son. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I feel we could finish. So all I'm trying to do is finish third. That's it. I've got no intentions beyond that, given the might of the two big sides in there. But could we possibly get a point against the likes of Inter? Maybe not out of the question, is it? Anyway, folks, let me know what you think of the group. Are we going to fare better than we have the last couple of years, which have been disappointing, to be fair? Fingers crossed. I hope you enjoyed the episode, though. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you very shortly for another one. Goodbye.